Okay folks, so I wanted to show you my Phalaenopsis that did not do so well for me. And as you can see, this was hanging on by a very, very slim and thin thread. I mean, this was about to go and 1 second from going into the garbage can. Look at this. I just thought this was way too late to be saved. If you take a look into the center, you will see that the leaves are gone. It has rotted in the center. So that is basically a crown rot. And in usual cases where it's severe crown rot, yeah, it's almost certain death. And this appeared to me almost certain death. At the last minute, what I decided to do is to completely take it out of its potting media. And I decided to stick this in my tree, shaded of course, near my Vanda area so it would be watered daily. And I wanted to show you something. So I would say about 2 weeks of being in my garden with my Vandas and getting watered daily, all of a sudden I started noticing new growths of roots. And I said, okay, it might have a chance. I mean, you never know, never say never, right? So all of these new growth tips started coming on this orchid. And then later I started looking closely, monitoring it, and all of a sudden I seen this. This right here, folks, is a new growth. So what this is a new growth of what's going to be more foliage. And I talked to you guys about this before, how when an orchid really is at its end, what that orchid will do to sustain its legacy or to ensure that, it will continue to live on even when it's gone, is that it will actually promote a new growth. And it will continue living through their offspring or a new plant. And indeed, folks, this is what it has done. So in essence, what I did with this orchid is I rescued it in a way that I really did not believe that it was going to be able to sustain itself, especially how bad it looked. But folks, phals are just so aggressive in wanting to survive. I mean, wow, I would have never guessed that this would actually survive after this. So yes, life continues with this rescued phal. Definitely don't give up. I know there's a lot of people out there that will say that once an orchid gets really bad root rot, there's nothing else you can do but say bye-bye. Well, that is definitely not the case, as you have seen here. There definitely is a means of reviving it and bringing it back to health. It just all depends on your course of action. And what I have done here, of course, is I've taken it completely out of its medium. I've watered it frequently. I keep it in my garden where it's shaded, also receives high humidity and high heat level, and that has encouraged it to develop new growth in the root system and also a new growth in the form of new foliage that will begin to grow on this phal. So definitely your course of action, you can try this method, or of course you can also try the spag and bag method, which also works, and I will also show you that in another video. But of course, again folks, never give up. These orchid plants are some kind of amazing in their want to survive, and they are very aggressive. You just have to give it the assistance that it needs, and it definitely will find a way to grow. And here she is now, folks, this little phal growing in nature, just as if she would be growing in the wild, bare-rooted, happy and free. Indeed, this is one of my rescue phals, and I say to you, rock on, little phal, rock on. And that is it, and I thank you guys so much for tuning in to yet another orchid adventure with me, Maria Young. Thank you so much for watching, and definitely stay tuned for more.